Hey guys, OJ Albine here, bringing you guys my APA Classic Season 15, Week 11. I want to say APA Classic game. We're going up against my good buddy Nathan, very, very good friend of mine. He's a great Mons player, despite not enjoying it very much. He's really, really good at the game. So I was really excited going into this one. I don't think I've actually beat Nathan in the competitive Pokemon game, because one, he doesn't play a lot, and two, he's really good. So this is going to be a fun one. If he had relevant links, I'd leave him, but he definitely doesn't upload or anything like that. But regardless, this is a very important win. So there was no upload last week for Classic. Obviously, there wasn't a game that went up, and that was because we were supposed to play Mio, but unfortunately they did have to drop from the league, so we got a forfeit win in this, in their absence, which is unfortunate because that would have been a fun game to play as well. But it's not the biggest deal in the world, in all honesty. I'll definitely take the free win after getting smashed the week prior. I think it was 4-0 by Shy. So this is a really important game momentum-wise, being able to pick up a dub here and really secure a playoff spot. I think if we win this game, we would actually clinch a spot, which is obviously like super more than ideal. I would love to, clinch a spot here. So we're definitely going to try. Nathan has a really, really scary team. I'm not going to do like a little team builder portion just because it already is late as is. This was supposed to go up like 2 days ago and did not. And I don't really want to like render and put both things together and all that good stuff. But yeah, nonetheless, that doesn't really matter. I will go over the team matchup really quick and run over the team really quick. So our team, if you did forget, consists of Aegislash, Kyurem, Salazzle, Hatterene, Snorlax, Rotom, Rhydon, Girder, Maractus, Wishiwashi. And then our opponent's team consists of Mew, Mamoswine, Heliolisk, Braviary, Quillfish, Alcremie, Kling, Leafeon, Drampa, and Wailord. So a lot of Nathan's special mons. I know he loves, he has a team mascot in Braviary. He had to pick his like token tier 5 water and Wailord, which he did bring versus me. Which I did somewhat expect it. So I'm not completely prepared for it. There you're gonna see he's gonna throw me for a loop here in a minute. He has some cool mons like Drampa and stuff like that. So a lot of really cool low tier niche stuff, but that's what Nathan's best at when it comes to building. So I definitely can't sleep on that. Mamoswine's a big threat versus Mew is a giant threat because we don't have a dark type, so we're gonna have to be very careful around that thing. But just running over the team really quick, we have first off we have Salazzle. It's a sub nasty plot dual stab set. Does really well versus his team if I can just get sufficient chip, and if I can get behind a sub, like as long as I shoot that Quillfish down at +2, we run through a team. So it's a great win con in this game, especially if we can identify what the Scarfers are and stuff like that. Because as long as Heliolisk isn't Scarf and can't hyper voice us through our sub, we're looking pretty nice from that position. Next up, we have a really cool Kyurem set. I'll drop the page to the team in the description below too, and if I forget, someone yell at me if you really want to see it. But we have a pretty cool Kyurem set. We're pretty defensive on this build. We have Ice Beam, Earth Power, Roost, and Toxic with a Lumberry. The Lumberry is so that we can Toxic the Mew, which is the main thing I want to Toxic with this guy, and then, still be able to not have that synchronized back thrust. Kyurem's bulk is really important in this game. It's actually going to be our main Mamoswine check, believe it or not. So that's obviously super, super important because, I mean, look at our team, look at Mamoswine right now. It kind of goes crazy on us, so we're going to have to be careful around that thing. Next up beyond that, we have a Swords Dance, 3 attacks, Aegislash with a Sugar Berry. I believe we have Shadow Sneak, Shadow Claw, and Iron Head. He deals with this team really, really well, honestly. He has a lot of really slow stuff and a lot of stuff that does not appreciate +2 Shadow Sneak, and we can set up on stuff like Mamo potentially, or just eat a hit from it from a decent range of health and then throw off a big Iron Head back is obviously super nice. Obviously, assuming we're in our Shield form. If we're in our Blade form, we're going to drop to a Mamo EQ regardless, so we'll have to be careful about that. Next up, we have a Kabia Berry, 3 attacks, Trick Room, Hatterene. So we have dual stats plus Mystical Fire. Again, does really well versus his team. If we could chip the Mew down a little bit, it goes pretty crazy on him. So this is a pretty good mid-game breaker, depending on how things go. Even maybe a potential late-game win con. Then we have Maractus. We're rocking, I think it's Spikes, Giga Drain, Toxic Leech Seed on this set. We're rocking off the Yashi Berry to lure that Mamoswine, potentially be able to Giga Drain off a bunch of health if it's chipped down. It's just a good, decent, annoying mon. It also gives me a water immunity for that Wailord, which you're going to see is going to come in handy here. And then we have another really solid mon in this matchup, which is going to be a Curse Snorlax for Curse, Fire Punch, Body Slam, and Rest with the Chesto Berry. It does really well versus his team. He has a lot of trouble breaking a boosted Snorlax. So if we can find the correct position to get that thing in and get up a Curse or two, and then rest off any status or annoyance that he wants to go for against us, we're in a pretty nice spot. So yeah. Looking at the team Nathan went with, he went with the Mamoswine, obviously, Heliolisk, Wailord, Drampa, Mew, and Quillfish. Everything was very expected, minus the Wailord. I expected to bring it because Nathan, but at the same time, I was like, it's a Wailord. I think I'll be okay. But regardless, I'm going to end up leading off this game with my Hatterene. It does really well. Now, this puts me in a pretty precarious situation. I don't think Nathan notices it right here. but we're not magic bounce on this Hatterene. I completely accidentally made this healer. And in my head, I let off with this, and I was like, word, I can guarantee get up a trick room right here and really punch a hole in my opponent's team. But he can't taunt me, he can't get up spikes or anything like that. Though if you noticed that intimidating stuff like that, obviously we saw that we were not magic bounce, but he didn't. I'm just going to have to hard bluff it at this point, because I don't really switch into Quillfish all that well. And I figure getting off a trick room right here and really breaking through his team is going to be pretty beneficial. So I am going to go for the trick room, as he doesn't go for the poison jab, which is awesome. So we're able to bait him on that. It's going to do next to nothing due to our Krabia. We're going to get off a trick room, and he's going to be forced to switch out, as I do go for a psychic, do a big old chunk to that Mew, and then Dazzling Gleam's actually going to be able to 2-hit KO from there, and the Shadow Ball's not going to take us out due to us being out of range because of our Krabia. So that's obviously super nice. He's going to actually choose to preserve said Mew, go into Mamoswine, click the R-Shard and pick us off, but we punched a giant hole in our opponent's team. I mean, look at it. You have the Mamoswine at about 30%, you have the Mew at 28%, and then you have the Quillfishes at full. But, I mean, the two biggest threats to my team, in my opinion, were just broken through by Hatterene. So even though it didn't pick up any kills, and even though it was a healer Hatterene, it put in the finest. So I ended up sacking that off. I went into cure him right here just because it's my best check. He goes for an Ice Shard, actually, as I end up going for an Earth Power. It covered pretty much any play that he wanted to go into, Quillfish or anything like that. So Mamoswine's gone. That's obviously super nice. He's going to go into the Helios, and then that kind of screamed out, I'm going for Focus Blast here, so I went into AG. I figured I could take any 2 hits from this thing pretty easily, and I'm going to go for a Swords Dance right here. Now, in my head, I'm thinking, word, I'm in a pretty good position. +2 Shadow Claw and the Shadow Sneak always kills the Wailord, and we're going to be able to punch through our opponent's team pretty decently here. Despite the Helios being able to come through and revenge us after, so, you know, we'll be able to trade 1 for 1, or something like that at the very least. Or I could even, you know, potentially go for a Shadow Claw and a Shadow Sneak and then save it in the back for later, just to pick off the Mew with a Shadow Sneak or something like that. But you're going to see right here, Nathan's going to go for the Water Spout, and he's going to get the crit. Now, despite that being a crit, I mean, okay, despite that being a full power and what I found out later, Specs Water Spout, because the only way he knocked me out with the crit was actually with Specs. So if he didn't get the crit, he actually didn't knock out our Aegislash, which is unfortunate, but at least gives me info on his set, and I didn't need Aegislash to win this game. So I wasn't too worried about this. I'm going to go into my, what do you call it, my Maractus here. I'm going to get up a free spike, knowing that he's obviously locked into said move, and I can get up a free spike pretty easy. He's going to go for a taunt right here, which is definitely unfortunate. I'm going to go for an Earth Power. Actually just barely almost 2-hit KO it, as he gets put down at 53. He's going to go for the, what do you call it, the Destiny Bond right here. And this puts me in a pretty precarious situation. Because I'm taunted, I can't, like, roost off and stall this turn, like, play around the Destiny Bond. I kind of have to switch out. And everything on my team really doesn't appreciate switching in this thing. However, I didn't think he would go for a water move at this point, just because I have my Kyurem in his face. Though he could have, because it would have covered the play out into my only poison resist at this time, which is going to be the Salazzle. But you're going to see right here, he does end up going for the poison jab. So we're going to get that play right. And what this is going to allow us to do is it's going to allow me to pivot right back out into my Kyurem. I'm no longer taunted. I can get off a Roost this next turn. He's going to go for Liquidation. It's going to bounce to our investment. And he's going to get the defense drop, but it shouldn't matter all too much, as he does go for a poison jab, does about 30% and gets the poison, but our Lumberry pops. So it doesn't pop for the reason that we really needed it to, but it popped nonetheless. As right here, he is going to go for a Destiny Bond as we go for the Earth Power. But this turn I can just roost off whatever damage. He's going to go for a poison jab. Again, not get the poison this time, which is obviously super clutch. And then we'll be able to pick off the Quillfish with an Earth Power. So that's obviously super clean for us. He's going to go out into Mew. I figured it's pretty no drawback for me to stay in. I can take any hit from this. You're going to see that Psyshock is going to bounce just because of how defensive we are. Even at -1, we're going to be able to pick it off with an Ice Beam. And right here, he's going to go into the Helios. Going to go for a Hyper Voice, which is totally fine. We'll find out if he's Scarf right here. He does turn out to be Scarf. Fire Blast is free otherwise, which is it's just totally fine because this gives me a free switch into Snorlax. And this is going to allow me to get up a big Curse. And this is going to be amazing for us. Curse Snorlax is going to go in from here. I'm not going to lie to you. He doesn't have much for it. He reveals to be Dragon Dance Drampa, which is hilarious. He said he wanted to bring it at least once before the season ended, which I can completely understand. He's going to go for what is like a neutral superpower. It's actually not going to bring us below half. We're going to be able to pick it off with 2 Body Slams, which is obviously super nice. This turn, he's going to go into the Wailord, and despite this being choice specs, no, he goes for the Ice Beam. So he goes for the Ice Beam, trying to catch our Maractus, which is definitely a fair play. But at this point, I knew I chewed a Water Spout. So you're going to see it from here. Right here, I'm just going to go for a Body Slam. He's going to switch out into the Helios. He's going to just drop to that after the Spec and Spike switching. And then despite 2 Spike switching right here, so it's obviously not at full power. Based on this Water Spout damage, I actually guaranteed lived that hit from the Wailord before. I'm going to go for a Body Slam, bring this thing down super low. The next one is going to do 7%. and we're going to be able to pick off the world with one more body slam. So Kieran picking up 3, Snorlax picking up 3. We're able to pick up a dub versus Nathan. Very good game to him. He bought some really, really cool stuff. I'm glad that healer Hatterene didn't come to bite us in the ass there at all. I was happy to see defensive Kieran go in, and Snorlax actually really picking up kind of the slack he's done this season. I haven't performed too well with Snorlax up to this point, so I was glad to see it do a game. But yeah, GG's to Nathan, very good friend of mine. I'd say check him out. But again, he doesn't upload or anything, but very, very good guy. At least want to give him a shout out in that sense. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy, be sure to like. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and all that good stuff. Just to catch all our games for this and all the other leagues going up every single week and all that good stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to get out of here so I can upload this in like the next 30-ish minutes. Later.